Well guys, you're looking at the Schrade SCH 502 aluminium handle, textured jimping in there. It's quite comfortable in the hand. At first it wasn't. I had to kind of just take the edge off a little bit. I was expecting that anyway from a knife like this. It did come with a nice stonewash finish. I tried to polish it up a little bit. Schrade logo stamp in the blade, looks great. It's a 9CR 18 MOV high carbon stainless steel. It's a good steel on it. I've got no problems with the steel at all. 3.2 inch cutting edge on it, 4.6 on the handle, full size handle length, no problems at all. You've got a nice glass breaker on the end, 7.8 inches overall, weighs about 0.31 pounds. Got a nice flipper on there, super smooth opening, bam. It's not assisted opening in no sense at all, but it's just nice, it's smooth. I kind of oiled out the pivot on there, works really well. I don't like to flick it out as much as I could. You can easily flick it out, but you've got index thumb studs, you can flick it out with them. It's a liner lock and the lock is solid on it, kind of used it. No blade play, up and down, left or right. Maybe a little bit of side to side, but that's because I loosened up the screw to make it more just open easier. Opens easier. Tongue twister. Looks pretty cool. It's like it's a tough ass knife really. If you're kind of into your bushcraft and survival, and you're kind of looking for a folder. You want something that's quite manly out in the woods, because you do have problems and they do fall to bits. This thing is bloody well made. Pocket clip on there, right carry only. Right carry tip down. There it is. It sits nice in the pocket up to there. Being left-handed, it makes it a little bit awkward, but I actually clip it on the side of me pack if I have to. It doesn't throw a spark from a ferrocerium rod. I tried that, it didn't work. The spinal on there, it's all been nicely finished off, so there's no kind of sharp edges. A bit of a clip point design there, absolutely fantastic. What else can I say about it? It's a good, fun knife to use out in the woods. You can do some very fine carving with it, no problems at all. I think it's a great knife. Like I say, I've been using it. I've used it out in the woods three times now when we've been out just doing some field testing on some stuff, and that's the biggest problem with kind of why I get delayed on a lot of the review videos that I do. And I like to give everything a really good go before I actually come out and do the video on it, so I can be quite honest and fair. And to be fair to Schrade, they never say anything to me. I think they appreciate that. To kind of take a knife out the box, or just get something new and take it out and just give it a once go and try and film it. It's not being honest really. You need to be honest with what you're reviewing, and I can honestly say that all this gear now that has been fully tested and trialed. There was a problem I had, was this jimping underneath. It started getting uncomfortable after I was doing some carving with it. I was carving some tent pegs with it, and it's just started biting down. With gloves on, it's really comfortable, but that jimping there, you need to be a little bit mindful of. If you're going to be doing super hard tasks, you are going to probably run into a bit of problems with that jimping if you're like me. It wasn't really pinching, but I knew it was there. And I'm not sure why they put that jimping there, and then I realised why, because in a reverse grip, this knife is super comfortable. And obviously when you start doing your power cuts, that sits nice in the palm of your hand and holds there, so you can kind of power cut your sticks, and it worked really well for that. So it was kind of not sure whether that was part of the reason. Reverse grip, comfortable, and like I say, when it comes to power cuts, and you kind of got your knife like that, you hold it like that, and you bring it in. That jimping really come into its own, and it really played a good part in holding the knife really steady. So you could do some amazing power cuts with the knife itself. But kind of in this position, when I was doing my fine carving work and trying to feather stick a little bit with it, I started noticing that the jimping was becoming uncomfortable. Once again, from Schrade, it's a solidly built knife, and you can't, for the kind of the money that Schrade are knocking these kind of knives out for, if you're on budget kind of thing, or you just want a knife that you're not too worried about, a lot of these kind of knives, if you lose them, you're not completely gutted because they're not big money. You kind of got guys carrying folders that are kind of $300–400, and I'm sure if they lost one they'd probably cry. I certainly would. Kind of with the Schrade stuff, it is affordable, and they've made it, you know, all this good quality equipment and gear to everybody, and for that I applaud them really. Absolutely fantastic. It's not a bad folder. I've not found that perfect folder yet for kind of camping bushcraft stuff. I've not found it. I'm not sure whether it's even out there. I'm kind of between at the moment, looking on the market for a folding knife that kind of I really like and can give it 100% positive review. Most of the folders I do review are great folders and good folders. I mean, dual thumb studs on this thing, you know, barring the clip, if they had it left and right handed, it would have been a lot better. But the gym pin just didn't do anything for me on the bottom of this knife. All in all though, it's an absolute stalker of a knife. It's brilliant really. I'm just being picky and being faulty, and I can only be honest. I do like the knife a hell of a lot, and it looks absolutely super cool. I mean, for looks, there's nothing wrong with it at all. It looks absolutely awesome. It looks kind of tactical. It kind of looks modern. Absolutely brilliant. For the money, it's worth picking up one for as a folder. Especially if you're right-handed, you'll probably enjoy carrying that. The blade did sharpen well and strop well. The lock's really good on it. But like I say, for woodland carry out in the field, I've still not found that perfect folding knife. Hopefully there is one out there that I kind of really take to and can say that actually this is the one you've got to go and buy, and at the moment that just isn't there. So guys, with that in mind, that's the Schrade SCHF 502, or SCH, sorry, 502. The SCHF means fixed blade, and SCH means that a lot of them's the folding knives, just for you guys who didn't know that. So there you are guys, nice little folder. I say little, big folder really. We'll be back, got one more review to come out today. See you on the next one.